What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, Golden Cash, and we are back with another Hunt and Fill series. We only need the 1938S and the 1939S. That is it. Everything else we have got totally complete. But we are just lacking the two elusive San Francisco Mints, the first year and the second year. Hopefully we can get something. I don't know how long it's going to take us to slot these two nickels, but we've got everything else. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into boxes number 51 and 52 of the Jefferson Nickel 1938 to 1964 Hunt and Fill series. But first, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so I keep bringing you the hunts. Just like this one right here. Well, let's go ahead and cut these boxes open and hope that they are, in fact, circulated. The last couple of boxes I got, I had 4. 2 of them, both of them, were uncirculated. So, here we go. Pop this one open first. Please be circulated so we can actually have a decent hunt. Let's take a look. And they definitely look circulated. All right. So there we go. We have circulated nickels in that box. Come on, box number 1. Number 51 of the series. Can we get circulated nickels in 2 boxes where 2 others were uncirculated? And, oh no. They are circulated. All right. So we're going to be looking for V-nickels, Buffalo nickels, War nickels from 1942 and a half to 1945, any errors, varieties, and the elusive 1938S and 1939S. If we can find some upgrades, good. If not, then we're going to be looking for the 2 that we need to complete this series. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab roll number 1. And you guys know, I will bring you back if and when we find anything at all. Roll number 3, box number 1, number 51 of the series. We're going to have our first find, 1941, out of San Francisco. Let's go. Roll number 12, box number 51 of the series. This has not happened in a very long time. We're going to have a War Nickel Ender. This is a 1943, I believe. I'm looking at the edge right there. But we have a War Nickel Ender. Check that out. So I'm going to save that one for last. We'll stick that one right over there. Right over there, excuse me. We'll jump into this roll. I'll bring you back if we find anything else. Roll number 14, box number 1, number 51 of the series. Could have a War Nickel right there. So we got a 1942, but is it a War Nickel? It does not look like it. Let me check it under the scope. I do not see a mint mark on top. So I'm guessing that is just a regular clad nickel, but look at the edge of that one. Definitely had War Nickel potential, but I don't see any mint mark. But we got a 1942 out of Philadelphia. Same roll. Roll 14 is a 42. We're going to have another one. We got a 1946. And the 46 is out of San Francisco. Roll 18. Box number 51 of the series. We had an Ender. We got a 1949. And this one is out of Philadelphia. Let's go. Same roll. Roll 18. We're going to have another one almost to the end. We got a 1957. Very nice 57 out of Denver. 18, same roll. Just a couple away from the end. We got a 1941. And this 41 is out of Philadelphia. Roll 25, box number 1. We got another 1946. This one out of Philadelphia. Roll number 30. Box number 1. We got another, well, we got our first 1940. This one out of Philadelphia. Roll 31. Box number 1. We're going to have our first 1954 out of Denver. Roll 32. Box number 1. Going to have another 1946 out of Philadelphia. Roll 33. Box number 1. We got another 1941. This one is out of Denver. Roll 38. Box number 1. We're going to have our first 1959. And, of course, it's a Denver. Roll 39. Box number 1. A couple of away from the end. We're going to have another 1946 out of San Francisco. Roll 48. Box number 1. We're going to have a 1948. This is our first 1948 out of Denver. So we'll move the 49 down. See the 48 there. Roll 49. Box number 1. We're going to have a 1953 out of Denver. So there we go. And roll number 50 of box number 1 is going to be the War Nickel. Let's see what mint this one comes from. It's been a long time since I've seen a War Nickel ender, but there you go. It is a 1945. I thought it was a 43. And we got a Denver. So there we go. We got a first War Nickel, last year War Nickel. Let's keep hunting. And the last roll, roll 50 again. We're going to have a 1956. Almost the end of the roll. Out of Denver. So there's a 57. Put the 56 there. And that is the end of box number 1, number 51 of the series. Alright, let's go ahead and move over to box 52 of the series. Hopefully we can get more than what we got out of this box. Definitely a very slow box. Alright, we only got a few few finds out of that first box, so go ahead and get into box 2, and I'll bring you back if we find anything at all. Roll number 1, box number 2. We're going to have our first find. We got a 1948. This is our second one of the hunt. Out of Philadelphia. 48 right there. Roll number 4, box number 2, number 52 of the series. We got a 1959. This is our second 1959. This one out of Denver as well. Let's keep going. Roll number 6, box number 2. We're going to have another find. We got a 1954. I believe that is our second one of the hunt. And we got a Philadelphia. Let me see. 1954. Let's go. Roll number 7. Box number 2. We're going to have another 1949. This one out of Philadelphia. So that's our second one of the hunt. Roll number 8. Box number 52 of the series. We're going to have another 1957. And this will be our second one. Second 57, this one out of Denver. Right there. Roll 14, box number 2. We're going to have our first 1955. Is this a Philadelphia? It is not. We got a 1955 out of Philadelphia or Denver. Roll number 18, box number 2. We're going to have a penny ender. And look at that war that one is. We got an ender penny. Alright, I'll bring you back on our next find. Roll number 18, box number 52 of the series. We're going to have our first 1952. And this one is a Denver. Move the 53 over, put the 52 right there. Roll number 19, box number 52 of the series. Didn't see it just a second ago, but we got a 1940 all the way in the back. And this is a 1940 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 20, box number 52 of the series. We are going to have a 1953. Was that a 55? That is a 1955. So we got a 1955. And we got a Denver 1955. That is our second one of the hunt. Roll 22, box number 52 of the series. We're actually going to have 3 finds. Our first one was an ender, a 1948. And this 48 is out of Philadelphia. We'll set that one right there. Next one, we've got a 19... Is it a 59? It looks like a 59. I thought it was a 39. We've got a 1959 out of Denver. We'll set that right there. And next, if you can see it, let me know. Right there. You can just barely see the top of it. We've got our first buffalo nickel in a few hunts. Look at that one. And it looks like a Philadelphia. It's going to be a Philly, but is there a date? Definitely looks pretty decent. And there is a little bit of a date. That is a 1920. Looks like a 1928 or a 1929. Let's see if I can see it under the scope. So there's the date. I don't think we're going to get a full date on that. 1920 something. So we got a 1920 something out of Philadelphia. That is our first buffalo in a while. All right. I'll bring it back on our next find. Roll 25, box number 52 of the series. We're going to have a 1947. This one is out of Philadelphia. All right, that is our first 1947, so we're going to move these down. Put that 47 right there. Roll 26, box number 52 of the series. We've got another 1959 out of Denver. Roll 35, box number 52 of the series. We're going to have another 1955. And we've got another Denver. 1955. Roll 38, box number 2. We're going to have another 1947. This is our second one, I believe. And this one is a 1947 out of Denver. Roll 42, box number 2. We're going to have a 1948 and a 48 out of Philadelphia. That makes 4 1948. Roll 44, box number 2, number 52 of the series. We got something different in here, y'all. Check it out right there. We might have a foreign or some kind of different coin. And we got a V-nickel. Wow! We got a V-nickel. 1904. Look at that. It is beat up a little bit, but man, I've only found one other V-nickel. Look at the condition on that. 1904. I mean, it's wore down, but man, that is a beauty. 1904. That's crazy. Texas Coin Hunter just found a V-nickel not too long ago. Wow. I've only found one other V-nickel, and that was last year, and it was so beat up that I couldn't even tell it was a V-nickel. That is insane. Man, I'm trying to hold the camera steady. I'm shaking. That is crazy. We've got a buffalo and a V-nickel now. Let's keep going. Roll 46, box number 2. We're going to have a beautiful 1958 Hopefully this one is out of Philadelphia. This might upgrade the book. And we got a 1958 out of Denver. But it still might upgrade the book. We'll have to check it out when we get to the end. And that is the end of this Hunt and Fill series. Boxes number 51 and 52 of the series. We are still needing the 1938S and the 1939S. Everything else we have completely booked. Slotted in the album. But those two are elusive, to say the least. We even have the 1950 Philly and Denver right there. So we have those two that are supposed to be the hardest to find. The only two we need now are the 38 and the 39 San Francisco. Let's go ahead and show you what we did find. We found a 1960 that's actually in really good condition, I believe. We're going to have to check, but I think... I don't know if that's going to upgrade the book. We'll have to look at it. The 1958 definitely is not going to upgrade the book. So this is a 1960 out of Denver, and I don't think that's going to upgrade. Definitely not. So we'll leave that one in the book. We got a few 1959s. We got that 158 that I thought would upgrade, but it is not going to. The one we have is a little bit better condition. 1958 Denver right there. I believe I'll just keep that one in the book. We have a couple of 1957s right there. 156, 355s, a couple of 54s, 153, 152. We'll jump over here to the 40s. Got a couple of 49s, a few 1948s. We got a couple of 47s, a few 46s, and we got a war nickel. It's been a couple of box hunts since we've seen any war nickels. We did find a 1945. I thought this was going to be a war nickel, 1942, but as you can see, I don't see a mint mark above Monticello, but you never know. So they do have a two. This is the split year. They had copper nickel and copper, manganese, and silver 1942s. I believe that is just going to be the copper nickel. All right, we got a few 1941s and a couple of 1940s. That is it for the nickels that we are looking for to put in the book. Now we'll come over here. We found a few Canadians right there, ranging from, there's a 1998, there's a 1983, and a 1988. And we found a Buffalo nickel. This is from the 20s. I believe 1928 is what I'm going to say. 1928 or 29. So there we go with that. One Buffalo nickel out of Philadelphia. Alright, we found one penny. That was an ender, actually. It was pretty crazy. And the hunt of the year so far is this right here. We've got a 1904 V-nickel. 119 years old. 119 years old. Insane. That is the second V-nickel I have ever found in a box, and is in really good condition. Well, compared to the other one that I did find, it was full of rust. You couldn't even really tell it was a V-nickel, just like a dirty, scratched up V-nickel. And I have that somewhere inside the house. But this is the only other V-nickel that I own now. It's a 1904, and I found it in a box of nickels. That is it, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so I keep bringing you the hunts. Just like this one right here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.